Hello, Scrap Happy family. It is time for our December movie night, the last one of 2019. And this has been quite a year. And I brought you some interesting things to our last movie night. You'll be like, Alice, is this actually scrapbook related? And you'll see it is, although some of them are like tangential. Is that a word? Am I saying it wrong? Doesn't matter. They're like scrapbook adjacent. That's my word that I love. And so we're going to go with that one. Um, so the first one, it's the holiday season, and you might be thinking, geez, it would be nice to have some really nicely wrapped presents. Just wrapping presents, I think, is an accomplishment. So putting that out there, if you're wrapping presents, fantastic. But sometimes you need a couple of cool little hacks. Like, you've got that one friend that always steps up the game, or you are going to, your great aunts and she's always got like the fabulous present wrapping skills. There are some fabulous tricks that even I could do. And when I found this video, I was like, hey, this is fun. So we're going to watch a gift wrapping hack video. It's about 10 minutes, so it's not super long. And then I have like 3 other videos. Some of them are like really, really short, but I think it'll be fun stuff for us to talk about. And then I do have one that's very directly related to crafting as well. So adjacent first, we're going to start there. And I hope you enjoy this as much as I did. Okay, let's see, share. And we're going to share the sound. And this one, share. There we go.
Hey Ben, can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you wrap this for me? Good luck. I'm struggling. Oh, you're getting fancy with it. You're supposed to do a bad job.
It's a candy apple.
Well, this is the part where I was going to say, maybe you need my gift wrapping hacks. Oh dear. This is actually kind of cute. You weren't supposed to do a good job.
Sorry.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my winter wonderland. Today I'm going to be sharing a Christmas themed video with you guys. I am so excited. This is my favorite time of year and I cannot wait to share this one because it's really fun. This is going to be DIY gift wrapping hacks that you need to know this Christmas. They're going to save your life if you have an awkward present that you want to wrap, if you run out of bags, or if you just want to have a little bit of fun. And what's really, really exciting is that today's video is in partnership with Primark, which is so cool to me because I'm such a huge Primark fan. I mean, this jumper is actually from Primark. So yeah, all of the Christmas gift wrap, all of the tags and the extra bits and accessories are from Primark today, which is really cool. They've got some lovely gift wrapping sets in at the moment and some really nice paper. So I'm going to share with you a little bit today about how I'm wrapping my presents with Primark, and all of these are some fun hacks that I think some of them you're going to want to try. Without further ado, let's jump in so I can share these hacks with you. So this first hack is my absolute favourite. It's a pull tab wrapping trick that will level up your gift wrapping game, making sure anyone that you give this to is seriously impressed. Start with a plain square of wrapping paper and some gift wrapping ribbon in a contrasting colour. Lay your paper face down and line the ribbon up in a straight line on the back with an excess of about a few centimetres of ribbon on one end. Using one long piece of clear tape, tape the ribbon in place, making sure that the tape lines up perfectly with the ribbon straight down the centre. Wrap your gift as normal, but when wrapping, make sure to leave the pull tab hanging over the top of the box. Tape down either side, but make sure to leave a clearing of about 2 to 3 centimetres either side of the ribbon. This will ensure that the tape that's used to pull the wrap doesn't get stuck. Wrap the rest of the gift as usual. Just ensure that tape never goes over your ribbon. And then when you're done, this is how you unwrap it. It's a bit of fun and it's an easy trick that will impress whoever you're giving it to. Don't forget to label it to ensure that whoever receives it knows how it works. The next trick that you should definitely try this Christmas is the simple gift wrap pouch using a recycled toilet paper tube. This is great for small gifts, so save buying a box and use excess scraps of paper that you might otherwise have thrown away. So start by laying your paper face down and wrapping it around your toilet paper tube. Tape it down in place and then flip the excess paper over the edge of the tube. You should have something that looks a bit like this. Squeeze the bottom of the tube to make it flat, then tape it down in place. Now it's time to fill it with the gifts. Then, once it's filled, turn it 90 degrees and then squeeze and tape down the top. Just make sure that you don't do this. Once it's taped down, you should have this kind of triangular shaped pouch, which you can decorate however you want. I added a bit of ribbon to this one, and then a red bow from one of my Primark accessory kits to this one. That also pinged off. I don't know why that kept happening during this clip. But this is the final result. It's a cheap and easy way to wrap small gifts and stocking stuffers. Have you ever run out of gift bags and needed to wrap a really oddly shaped present in a hurry? Well, I have a solution for you. These gift wrap bags are so easy to make, you'll be wrapping all of your gifts this way when you have the hang of it. Start by choosing your gift wrap, lay it down and fold it over to double it up, giving the bag some extra stability. Score the fold well because this will become the opening of the bag. Fold either side of the paper to meet in the middle. I like to fold the edge over on the top piece of the gift wrap to give it a really clean seam. As you can see here, it kind of looks a bit messy, but when you open it, fold it, and fold it back over again, it will look a lot neater. To seal it, use one long length of tape and press this down firmly. Now it's time to work on the base of the bag. So to create the bottom, fold the open end up about twice the length of the width of your present. Open the opening and then press it down flat like so, folding and scoring these triangle shapes on the side. To close the opening, fold each side over in half to meet in the middle, then tape it in place and your bag will be ready to use. So stuff it with presents, and then for this copper coloured one, I simply rolled the bag over on the top and taped it in place, adding a bit of ribbon and a Christmas tree tag from one of the accessory kits I was using. For the smaller bag, instead of closing it up, I added ribbon handles by simply cutting them to size and taping them in the inside of the bag by the opening. Next up is a fun twist you can add to any gift you're wrapping this year. It's an accordion fold that makes any present look a little bit more glammed up without adding accessories. Start by taking a large piece of wrapping paper. It will need to be twice as long as you'd originally cut it for the shape of your gift. Fold it in half, scoring the fold well. Open it back up and then fold once again about 1 centimeter from the original fold line. Keep flipping and folding the paper, keeping it the same 1 centimeter gap between each fold. Repeat the pattern about 4 to 5 times and then flip the paper over. Tape the folds in place on the back so that they're not going to come apart, and then make sure you wrap your gift as you normally would, and this is what it looks like. This works best with box-shaped gifts, and I'll admit that it worked better on the matte paper, not so much the shiny one as it was a bit slippery, but this is the final result. Moving swiftly on, here's a quick tip for if you've run out of ribbon and accessories. Wrap your gift as usual and add double-sided tape to the paper in any pattern you'd like. I did 2 vertical stripes, but you can go wild with this idea. Peel back the tape and add glitter to the sticky area. You can use sequins or anything you like, confetti, anything. Shake off the excess and there you have it, a really fun glittery present with minimal effort and no need for ribbons and bows if you've run out. Next up, here's one for anyone who wants to be a bit more mindful of their waste this Christmas. For this gift wrap, I picked up 2 lovely silk headscarves from Primark for only £2 each. I laid them out flat on the table and wrapped my gifts in them, tying them in a knot at the top. This is literally so easy and you can wrap almost any awkwardly shaped gift in these. Plus they're reusable, so they're kind of like another gift in themselves. I love tying these scarves to shoulder straps of my handbags or tying them around my ponytail, and who really doesn't want their gift wrap to double as an extra present anyway? As you can see, I wrapped this box in one, and I also wrapped this awkwardly shaped succulent in the other. It's a faux succulent, by the way, not a real one. But you can tie them in a knot or actually do a bow. This one I did a bow with, which worked out. It worked out all right. And yeah, I think this makes for a really lovely decorated gift, or a double gift even. So this next quick tip is for you if you have lots of scraps of paper left that you don't want to waste, or if a gift is way too big for the wrapping paper you have. Take 2 pieces of paper and line them up together. Cut a diagonal line on one of them. This will become the top piece of the gift wrap. Take them both together down the middle on the back, and then just go ahead and wrap your gift as normal. Ensure that when you wrap the gift, the diagonal line cuts nicely across the front of your present. This is important for the next step. So to cover up the seam, I used a piece of double-sided tape and added a piece of striped ribbon on top of the tape. I had a leftover scrap of this ribbon that I tied into a little bow, which I also added to the front of the box with a piece of tape. This is the finished result and an efficient way to use up any leftover paper scraps. And last but not least, this really quick and easy hack is perfect for any awkwardly shaped present that you might have. It's also perfect if you love eating crisps. So take an empty crisp tube packet, wash it out really well, leave it to dry, and then wrap it in your favorite gift wrap. I'm using this lovely red one with the reindeers on it. Cut it to size, tape it down. It is that simple. Then to cover the top, simply cut a circle out of your gift wrap, tuck it into the lid, put the lid on, and finish it maybe with a bow or a gift tag, any accessories that you'd like, and there you have it, a simple way to recycle and wrap your gifts at the same time. So that is everything for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't already, don't forget to A, give this a thumbs up, B, hit the subscribe button, maybe the notification bell if you want to. Then you can stay informed of all of my Christmassy videos, because there are a lot to come. There's a lot. So anyway, that's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a good pre-Christmas season. I know it's November, but I hope you're still enjoying it. I've got the Christmas tunes blasting in my car every morning. It is pre-Christmas season. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Oh, it didn't disappear. Okay, I think we're back. Good. Oh, why is that being difficult? Okay, so some gift wrapping tricks, and I thought that most of them were quite simple things that I could actually do. I remember being amazed by like the gift wrap bag one last year. I know I had seen that one last year. I like how simple it is because even I can do that. And sometimes you just don't have a box or something to put a gift into, and they're awkward, and you're just like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna wrap this thing? And like, I've done some ugly wrapping. I know it's like the intent of wrapping is good. I had a question. Does anybody do what is your like wrapping kind of routine when it comes to gift giving? Like, are you the person that goes and finds gift bags all the time and you're like, great, gift bags are perfect, pop your stuff in and we're good to go? Are you the kind of person that does like that extra little details and knows how to make those little perfect bows and stuff? I'd love to know if like, you know, what kind of wrapping game everybody has going on. If you're doing Christmas wrapping in particular, do you pick like a color theme for all of the gifts? Misty says, I sewed cloth bags years ago and we just reuse them. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Just, you know, having those bags that you can pull out year after year so that you're not fussing around with the wrapping paper. That's a good one. And says, I make sure I have a glass of wine on hand. Now that is some advice I could get behind. Super good. And she says, but seriously, I use scrapbook papers. Um, yeah, so I think that it's fun. I generally pick up my wrap at Costco, and it seems to last usually 2 or 3 years, depending on how much wrapping I have to do. Because you get like a 3-pack or something, and it's more paper than I need in 1 year for sure. um, but yeah, I like Missy's idea of having those cloth bags sewed up. That's a pretty great idea. And then you could always have them like so they coordinate with your theme and your decor, and it could be super cute. Um, I liked the pull tab. I thought that was like a great, simple way, super fun. Sometimes presents can be hard to get started on unwrapping, and that just makes it so simple to pull the wrap off with the pull tab. And I thought that was fun and quick and easy. The little toilet paper tube, like bending the little ends on this way, one this way, making the bag, the accordion fold looks really fancy. Like she said, it was easier to do with the one paper. I have seen some where they actually put it closer to the end of the roll rather than in the very center, and then just depending on how you pull your paper around the package, it was a little easier to do when they put it near the end. So that would probably be a trick that I would incorporate into that. The glitter on the double-sided tape, not happening here. I do not use glitter. I do not use loose glitter if I can at all help it. I don't think there might be a package in my house from when I did my red shoes for the Wizard of Oz, but honestly, glitter does not enter this doorway. Glitter tape, glitter paper, like glitter glue, I'm in, but not loose glitter. Using the scarves as wrap. So that kind of goes back to like Misty's idea of making her own like cloth bags. Having scarves really will, it gives you either that gift with a gift, or else it gives you something that you could be reusing. Like you could have like a set of like Christmassy kind of scarves that you use every year just as wrapping within your family or something. um the no more scraps wrap, now that could be handy. And like I like that she made it look intentional that there was 2 different kinds of paper, because you get to the end of the roll and you're starting to wrap this thing and it's just not going to fit and you need a little bit more wrap from something else. But if you make it look like you did it on purpose, then it's cool, right? And then the little Pringles tube or whatever for the chips, just some quick and easy things. Uh, because there's always a few oddly shaped items. I try not to eat the chips, so I probably won't get that one done, because if I don't eat the chips, that's a little better for me. Okay, so this next one that I have for us is actually it's a Christmas photo shoot idea. And I'll tell you right off the bat, the guy is not an English first language speaker, but his ideas are super fun. It's a very short video, so it's not a long video, but I thought it was really fun. Yes, he is mostly using a real camera for these, but some of the ideas would work even with an iPhone. And I have another ultra short video to show you about that as well, kind of giving you a tip for some of it. So we're going to watch this little short video. I mean, like 4 minutes, not English first language, super cute video. So I hope that you'll laugh and enjoy this as much as I did when I first spotted it. I'm like, it's just fun. And it has really fun ideas if you are looking to, you're just like, okay, I don't have anything going on today. Why don't I try to take a fun Christmassy type photo to use in my scrapbook? Some of these are like totally fun. So we will watch this next. Share.
นี่มุมตรงนี้เดี๋ยวเราจะให้นางแบบยืนเกาะราวบันไดแล้วข้างหลังก็จะเป็นโบเก้เปล่าเยี่ยมสวยงามตอนนี้เราก็จัดต้นคริสต์มาสเรียบร้อยแล้วสวยงามมากเลยใช่แล้วเราก็เอาเรียกอะไรแฟรี่ไลท์ใส่ด้วยก็ได้วะนี่ประดับตกแต่งห้องนี้เห็นไหมเดี๋ยวเราจะถ่ายด้วยมุมนี้นี่ยังสวยเราไปร่วมมาพันที่ขาด้วยสวยงามเราก็จะเอาไป LED ลากจากตัวเองมาหาหน้ากล้องเห็นไหมมันจะเป็นโบเก้สวยงามวันนี้ก็เราก็จะเอารูปที่ประดับคริสต์มาสมาถ่ายกันนี่คือรูปนี้แล้วตอนนี้เราก็จะมามุมด้านหลังของนางแบบนี่มุมนี้โอเคโอเค1 2 3วิ่งคนไหนสักอัน2 อัน1 2 3โอ้โหไม่ใช่สักอัน2 อันแล้วเราก็จะสะบัดแล้วก็ฉีดสเปรย์โฟมโอเค1 2 3ถ่ายกันมุมข้างนอกนะดูมันจะเป็นโบเก้นะนี่เป็นไฟสะท้อนกระจกสวยงามมีต้นคริสต์มาสอยู่ข้างหลังด้วย
This again. Oh, did I close one of my important windows that I need still? Hopefully not. Okay. Okay, so that was just short and cute. It just kind of shows, like, when we see those pictures that we see them and they're super pretty and they're all like, we know that they're staged photos, but that's the length that people are going to. They're like spraying snow spray and they're like tossing little things in the air, and I thought some of the effects were really cute. I really like that bokeh lighting effect, or bokeh. I've heard it pronounced both ways. I like bokeh for better. It sounds fun. So I think that's a really fun lighting effect. And I had actually figured out how to do it with my DSLR. Now, I thought my DSLR was sitting on a shelf just over here, but it's not. So that means I don't even know where my camera is. It'll be somewhere in the house. But that's just goes to show how often I'm grabbing for that as a camera. Hasn't been a lot lately. Maybe for Christmas I should try to find it, actually charge it, and make sure I have room on the camera card. But I take a lot of pictures now with my phone, right? Like I put this thing to work. So I wondered, how do you make that beautiful bokeh lighting effect on your phone? So I found us like a super short introduction, and it works. And it's super good. So I've got literally, it's a 1-minute video, and we're going to watch that one next so that we can learn how to do our own. Like, you know, when you have the person up front and then you have like the fuzzy lights in the background, so cool. And this makes it super easy. So you're going to watch that next. Okay, here we go.
Hey everyone, so today I'm bringing you a quick photography tip video, and I'm showing you how to take a bokeh effect with your iPhone. Now, in order to do this, you need to have a small light relative to where you are. For this example, I'm going to use my Christmas tree. Alright, you want to get pretty close, and you're going to kind of zoom in on one of the lights, and you're going to hold on that light and tap to focus. And then you're going to start walking backwards, and then all the lights should be out of focus. And that you'll get that really cool effect. Now here's a view of what it will look like actually on my camera screen, so you can see exactly how I'm doing it. So as you can see, I'm holding down on that light, and the AE/AF lock will come on, and that means it won't change the focus. So you can just walk right out, and you'll have a really nice blurred effect. So that's about it for this video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Link is in the description.
Okay, so short and sweet, right? That was quick and easy. Oh, did I close the wrong one? I don't know what's happening here. These windows aren't closing like they normally do. So have you done this effect? Do you do it with a regular camera? Have you tried it with your cell phone? I think that is such a great tip because it is so easy to do. Like you literally just need to focus on that one thing. It doesn't even have to be a light. So there's a tip. It doesn't even have to be a light. You pick something that's up close to your screen. You hold on it until that AEAF lock comes on. It's your autofocus lock. Let me show you this. So here's on my camera. Here, we'll focus on my face. And once that's on, then whatever you're taking pictures of, as long as that was up close, whatever's behind it further away, it will all be blurry. So give it a try. It's super easy. It's right there on your phone, so that makes it kind of fun, and it gives you a chance to do those fun lighting effects. You will have seen, if you're taking my scrapbook Christmas in January class, I gave a tutorial. I shared a tutorial for doing it with your camera, and I'm going to add this video actually to that. I might even do my own little tutorial for it because it's super quick and easy, and just show, you know, the effects that you can get with that. Maybe I'll set up this tree back here because I don't have my regular tree yet, but I'd like to be able to show it off and share that. Because it's super simple and the effect is beautiful. Like having those blurry lights, you know, it just feels really Christmassy. And you can put like a person in the foreground and then have that blurry stuff behind them, or you can have a decoration in the foreground and have the blurry stuff behind them. So as long as there's distance between the thing that you want in focus and the thing behind it that's going to be blurry, like where your lights are, then it works. And if you noticed when on that first video where the guy wasn't speaking English, you can actually do the bokeh thing where you're having blurry stuff out front and then have your focus in the middle and then blurry stuff in the back too. So like there's different ways to really play with it. And I've seen filters that people have used where they've turned all the blurry lights into shapes and stuff. So there's a lot of ways that you can really play with it and have fun. But to keep it really simple, the trick for the phone is what I'm going to be attempting this year, to take some fun pictures of my Christmas tree. Okay, and finally, if you're like, Alice, this has not been about scrapbooking at all, I have one video that I watched and I was kind of like, this is so smart. This is so brilliant. And it's kind of gearing me up because January is going to be a month of organization. So dropping the ball now, or like letting the cat out of the bag on that one. January, we're going to be talking about organization, and I'm putting together some great organization, scrappy organization videos for that. If you've seen one and you're like, Alice, this is the greatest tip, even if it's like a long video and you're like want to share like 2 minutes of it from the middle, let me know. I would love to know, because I've decided I cannot live with my little bit of chaos I have going on here. This has to be done. So January is going to be organization month. Going to get this room attacked. So watch for organization January. And then our movie nights will be dedicated to it. I'll have some stuff going on within our group, and it'll be like a little bonus excitement going on in the month of January. And then, and of course, if you're doing my Christmas class, we'll be scrapbooking that month too. So I will need some more space if I want to do a little bit more scrapbooking like that. So it'll be great. So this last one, it was the coolest tip. So if you have a manual die cut machine, or even one of the electric ones that uses like the metal dies, like I'm not talking about an electronic one, but maybe electric or the manual kind, then this tip, I'm so excited, because sometimes when you put a die through and it doesn't pop all the little bits out, and you're sitting there poking them out and some of the pieces didn't cut right, like pain in the butt. Well, this is the coolest trick. I haven't got to try it yet. Like, I literally saw it and I'm like, we have to share this, and I'm going to be testing it out so that I will share some results of that. But I think you will like this, and it is just so smart. Oh my gosh, so smart. Okay, here we go. Where is my video? Oh, there we go. There.
It's been a while since I've done a video, but I found out about something I wanted to share with you guys. Did you know that you can use a self-healing mat instead of the cutting plate on your manual dies and your electronic die cutting machines? For me, this is a game changer, because I don't have any more warped plates that I have to keep trying to fix or replacing. And I don't like the popping and cracking, because I'm always wondering if I've done something to my die or to the plate. And you just don't have to buy these anymore, which saves a lot of money. So I'm going to show you how I did this. And I want you to know right from the start, I have permission from ProvoCraft to do this video. I got in contact with them and talked to them about this, and they said to go ahead and use them. Of course, this is kind of new, so I haven't used it long term, and so I don't know if there's any long-term problems from it, but so far I haven't had any problems. But I learned about this on a Facebook group that I belong to, and Debbie Evans posted this idea. And there was tons and tons of comments on it. People were very interested in it. And so she doesn't do videos, so I decided to do a video and show you guys how. She said this is not her original idea. So I'm going to first start by talking about mats. I've got two different mats. One I ordered from Amazon. One I had an old Olfa mat that I decided to cut up that just been sitting around. And then I ordered this mat off of Amazon. and it's clear and it's a lot thicker. You can see the difference in the thicknesses, and they both work. You just have to figure out your sandwich. But I'm going to tell you on this one, I measured this out and I cut it with my Tim Holtz scissors. It worked just fine, except my thumb was really sore because it's really hard to cut. You could also use a large pair. I have this large pair of Fiskars that also worked on it. But my husband cut this one, since it was a lot thicker, on a band saw with a fine tooth blade, and it cut really nice. This is how it looks after it's cut. You can see there's some rough edges, and all he did was take a knife and just trimmed this part off like that. Comes off really easy. And then I took a sanding block and I sanded down the rest of the edges, and it smoothed it out really nice. No rough edges, no problems. So either way, you can cut with scissors or whatever. It doesn't have to be like a perfect edge, but it has to be pretty close. So out of my big 18 by 24 mat, I got 2 mats for my Gemini, 1 for my Big Shot, 2 for my Cuttlebug, and 3 for my Sidekick. And the mat was like $16 or $17. So I'm going to show you how I did it, and then I'm going to give you a couple of tips on it. So on my sandwich for my Cuttlebug, I used my A plate, then I used a manila folder, and you might need 1 or 2 shins onto that, and yours might be different than mine. But then I put, after my folder, then I put down a B plate. Then I put the self-healing mat down, and this was the Olfa mat on this sandwich. And then I put my cardstock down. With my die, and I put my die facing down towards the cutting mat. And then I put a B plate on top of it. So that's my sandwich for this one. Now when you put this in your Cuttlebug with the mat, you need to make sure everything's square, because there's not a lot of wiggle room. I had it get stuck once because I didn't have it lined up on the sides well. And I just put it through my machine. Okay, now this is a pretty intricate die, and I have found when I take these dies out, they just pop right out. They're very easy to work with, and it pretty much cuts everything out. I have not had to use, in all the ones I practiced on, and I'll show you how many I did, all the insides have just fallen out. They're just, you don't have to use your pick on them. They're so easy to get off, and they just pop right off the mat. And that's a pretty intricate die, and look how nice that popped off. So I will give you a couple tips here. The first tip was to keep your mats lined up, okay? The second tip is everybody is going to have a different mat or different shins, and there is not one sandwich that's going to work for everybody. I'll list the sandwiches that I started off with in the description box, and you can use that as a starting off point, but it's going to depend on the shins you use, how thick your mat is, what die you put in, and so I can't give you, this is the exact sandwich for this. The sandwich I use for this mat is different than the one I use for this mat because of the thicknesses of the mats. You also need to rotate your self-healing mat so that it has time to heal and it doesn't warp, because it will kind of start bending. So turn it like this, then turn it over, then turn it like this, and you should be okay. Yeah, you just need to figure out what the sandwich is for your own thing. And my biggest tip is when you're cutting with your die, you need to make sure, like on some machines like your Gemini, you have to cut with the blade up or it cuts into your magnetic mat. And so what you'd want to do is put your mat on top of your die. Well, first you'd have your paper over your die up, and then you'd put your mat on top of it. And I like this because then if the die slips out, you can see it. But whatever sandwich or however you cut your die out, you want to make sure that your blades, your cutting blades on your die are cutting into the self-healing mat. So if you're cutting on a Gemini and you're cutting with this up, you're going to put your mat on top. If you're on something like the Cuttlebug and you like cutting down, then your self-healing mat's going to be underneath and facing down. So your die will cut into the self-healing mat, and it works either up or down. So if you guys have any questions or comments, or you've tried this or whatever, you can just put a description, or you can just put a comment in the description box below, and you can ask me questions or whatever. I don't know what the long term is on this because I've only been doing this for a week or so, but I just wanted to share it with you. And you can share your experiences on this video, and then there'll be a place, maybe central place for people to come and talk about it. So yeah, I hope this helps someone. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so I thought that was really interesting. And when I was looking at the comments below the video, there were a lot of comments that talked about, I've been doing this forever. So is anybody else already onto this trick with their manual die cut machine? Am I like the last one to know? Or is this something that you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense? Because I must confess, like I have cut several dies where the little pieces are not popping out. And it could be that it's because my die plates, let's see, where are they? They're sitting here. I thought they were sitting here. I probably desperately need some new ones. Like they are like warped and they're so worn out. They look terrible. I'm amazed they haven't cracked, actually. Like, I'm amazed they haven't cracked. Wynell says, I have a Cuttlebug and I've never seen this before. I will certainly be trying it, though. It looks awesome. One thing I also saw while I was looking at that, Wynell, is that the B plates for the Cuttlebug, they don't make them anymore, apparently. They don't support that anymore. They've moved on. Misty said, I have no idea. I have an old mat from sewing that's seen better days, but would be perfect for this. Yeah, and, you know, cutting out that little mat to stick through there, like that's easy, right? In the comments there was someone that had said, oh, I've been doing this forever. Her tips were, when your mat gets kind of dirty, you can just wash it with soapy water just to get all the little fuzzy bits out of the mat so that it's able to heal. And she said, if you use hot soapy water, it will kind of warp a little. Just put it under something heavy and it'll dry nice and flat again. And that was like in the comments. So it sounded like somebody had actually done that. So people come up with great ideas, but this looks like it was really good way to actually get all the little bits of the dies to actually cut properly. Wynell says, wow, I have extra B plates, so using the self-healing mat might help those last longer. Yeah, and yeah, I used to have a Cuttlebug, but I found that mine did not stick well onto my counter. So I'd open it and it would be sliding around. And I was just like, I need one of those Big Shots. And it's funny, I've got my cinch sitting right here, but usually my Big Shot is like within range. Oh, it's on the other side. My friend was using it there. But yeah, like the plates are like, they're seriously worn. I've honestly never replaced plates. So when she said you could save money when you're not having to replace the plates, I kind of laughed because I'm like, Well, I've never actually replaced mine, so I'm probably well overdue because I've had that machine for a long time. I've cut a lot of stuff, but um, yeah, just to save the headache of not having part of it cut properly and have it pop through, that alone makes this something that I'm going to try. So don't be surprised if you see a little video where I am showing it off, like trying out this cool thing. And yeah, it was really fun. So self-healing mat. So yeah, but I did feel like a kind of slacker when she's talking in the video and she talked about having a Gemini, a Big Shot, a Cuttlebug, and something else. And I was like, you have that many machines to cut the things? Like, whoa, like, what am I doing over here, slacker? Anybody else have multiple machines that do the same like die cutting thing? Like there's like a Timholtz Vagabond, there's the Gemini. I do like the fact that Gemini is electric and you put the thing in and you press a button and it just goes, right? Like sometimes that hand cranking, it's not a big deal when you're just doing like one thing, but when I was doing Christmas cards, there was a couple times where I'm like, oh, I could use that button. This would be good. So I thought that was pretty good. And just not having to listen to those mats, like those plates, like crack and make scary noises. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that was a really cool find. And let's talk a little bit about what's going on still this month. So on the 28th, that's a Saturday the 28th, in the morning, same time as this actually, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be doing our scrapbook live. And in that session, I will be also using a kit from the Wild Hair Kits, and I will be creating my Christmas card album, which I had shared, or starting it. I probably won't finish it, but I will be creating my Christmas card album for 2019. So this was my 2018 version, and you can see like I include pictures, I have some little stories, I've got my Christmas cards, I've got pockets, I've got all the things. Super fun. And I'm going to be starting that project for 2019 on the 28th using my Christmas cards that I received this season. And yeah, and I actually previewed my kit already from the Wild Hair because I had ordered it when I ordered my last kit. So to save on shipping, because shipping to Canada, painful. But yeah, when I ordered that, so I've peeked at it and it is so good. I'm like, yay, she did awesome. And I have a few extras that I may add to it. I don't even know if I'm going to need to. It's going to be great. So that will be on the 28th. And, you know, you can, if you're working on any other projects, just come and join me. It's all good. And then on the 30th is our plan session. And I believe that one is at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And we are going to be talking about plans for 2020, for the brand new decade. I'm super excited. This year has been amazing in so many ways. And there's some parts of it that I'm like, let's leave that in 2019. So tech issues, that was a 2019 thing. And that is not coming with us to 2020. But there are so many, like, I'm so grateful for the amazing community that we've had. Our reunion this year in Calgary was fabulous. We had the best time. Oh, shoot, I left it downstairs. If you get the Creative Scrapbooker magazine, have a good look because I'm pretty sure we're in there. I forgot to, like, mine just had arrived here last this week, so I need to grab that. But maybe I'll post a picture in our group because we should be in that magazine. Like, we're like scrapbook famous, our group. So that's really fun. And then this next year, we're going to go to Salt Lake City. We're going to the center of the universe. I'm talking with the hotel, or hopefully what will be our hotel, trying to get that all set up. And yeah, really excited about that. So Salt Lake City, our dates are announced. If I knew them off the top of my head, that would be surprising. I thought maybe it was gonna, oh no, it's not showing up on there. Nope. Okay. So it's in July, and or maybe I can scroll to July. Did it put it? Oh yes, the 10th, 11th, 12th. So July 10th, 11th, 12th. So mark your calendar, leave that gap on there, even if you're not sure yet if you can commit to that. We're as long as I get the hotel stuff sorted out here right away, we're going to open up registration like right after the hotel's sorted. And yeah, so July 10th, 11th, 12th, save those dates. Salt Lake City, it's not East Coast. I'm sorry to our East Coast gals. It's not East Coast, but it's like the center of scrapbooking kind of, and it's a really fun place to go. I have to say, like Salt Lake City, I'm kind of a fan. It's beautiful there. And you know, there's a lot of fun opportunities that come with being where a lot of the companies are created and where they make their home. So that's kind of fun. And then we are, we've promised that for 2021, we're going to do something East Coast. So that is for real. So we haven't picked an actual place on the East Coast, but we are going to try East Coast for 2021. Yeah, so that's about all I can think of. I'm going to try to put out our January calendar a little earlier. The sketch, I forgot yesterday. I totally forgot. I was in my office, extra office days right now. Yay, fun times. So I was in the office yesterday and I forgot to post our sketch. So I'll go and do that this afternoon. I'm going to go and get my teeth worked done today. Yay. So hopefully that goes well. Yeah, but thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate that you're part of our Scrap Happy family. I am hoping that I'm always bringing you exciting or interesting or like something inspiring, creative, something that just says, ooh, that's a good thing. I need to try this. Or something that's like, I didn't think of doing that before. Or I'm doing that right now. Like if you're sitting down and you see something and you're like, I'm doing that right now, then like we are winning. Then that is perfect. That is what we want. And says, thank you. Oh no, I am so grateful for this community because like your involvement in the things that we do keep me excited about scrapbooking too. I've been scrapbooking for over 20 years now. Like it's funny to say those words out loud. My son is turning 21. It's going to be 21 years actually that I'll be scrapbooking. And I still love it. Like I still get inspired, excited when I see something new. I see a good idea. I'm like, yes. But I love creating the stories. So like load challenges. Oh, February is going to kill it. Is so exciting already. Been working on the prompts for that, getting things ready. We are doing one inspired by Harry Potter, of course, not about Harry Potter, inspired by Harry Potter. And whether you are a Harry Potter fan or not, it's going to be a good load. And we are calling it Memories Managed. If you're a Potter fan, you know where that's going. And it is going to be fabulous. So looking forward to that in February. We will have a call out in early January for pages because I'll have my props ready, girls. I'm on it. And we'll get some sample pages done up. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, but thanks for hanging with me for 2019. I'm really looking forward to the fun we're going to have in 2020. We're continuing with Calvin Ball. So in January, we're going to have a month of organization stuff going on. Not like every day, but like a lot of fun stuff with that. Then we have our load in February. Then we have Calvin Ball in March. We might take a breath of air in April just to reset ourselves for our May load. And then July, we have our reunion. In August, we will have another load mini. Then we have we kind of have like a refresh, reset, getting back into things for September. October comes with our members only load, and then it's December again. Like, it's amazing how quickly the year goes by, but how many fun times we have along the way. So thanks for making this year so good, because next year we are rolling and it's gonna be fun. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. Happy holidays. If I don't see you before Christmas again and you're celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you're celebrating something else, merry that too. have a very good holiday. And if you're not celebrating right now, then I hope that you have time to spend with your family, because whether you're celebrating a holiday, Christmas, or something else, take time to spend with your family and think about the things that are important to you. Wynelle says, thank you for this community, Alice. I really enjoy all the interaction. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You said it best. Off we go. Perfect. Bye, everyone.